Peace and love, you beautiful wonders of a spiritual level being. Nathan here from a spiritual level being, and you have a spiritual level being. And today we'll be discussing life after death. Now, if we go on to the Gnostic knowledge and the esoteric knowledge, which is now being produced in quantum physics and quantum mechanics, which produced the quantum theory. Now, we also have the theory of biocentrism, which was produced by, or proposed by, an American scientist, Robert Lonza. Now, he proposed, instead of the universe creating life, it's life that creates the universe. So what we call consciousness was actually there at the beginning, or caused the beginning, created everything. So this idea is found in Gnosticism as that we have always existed within the mind of God, that God emanated parts of itself, projected by itself, from itself basically, so to seek multiple living experiences. Now, it's just now, billions of years later, that consciousness now channels itself through us human beings, our species at least. So because of this, we've come to view life, the universe, our experiences through our bodies, and in turn, we've processed this through our brains. In some degrees, this is not necessary to take in information. Now, this means our bodies and brains work like a sophisticated modem or hard drive, if you will, catching and translating and then converting them into our life experiences. So information and energy, by this logic that it's never ending, it's always present, it's always existing, that you are energy. This means that if the brain and body dies, then the signals don't just disappear, rather they remain in the sense that they have been retransmitted, transferred or recycled or rerouted into another host. So in this biocentric reality, life is a signal. So everything is information, everything is energy. So you can't destroy energy, or only transfer. So this meaning you could be alive in another universe after death. You could reincarnate here, seeking experiences to learn and evolve. Now, evolution is also information. It's also to be taken mentally, spiritually, not just physically, in the forms of new life. So as we start to develop ourselves and progress, so when life first begins, it's primitive. As it starts becoming more aware, more conscious, it starts evolving, starts becoming more aware, progressing itself. And with this awareness also comes love, rationality, compassion. So this is also when the Gnostics say sin is caused by ignorance. So primitive nature, so greed, lust. Now, as we start developing ourselves, we're able to have a conscious grip on ourselves. We're able to control our desires for our greatest good, not be animalistic, be human. Now, most people aren't human, they're just intellectual animals. Being human means having compassion, being rational, having humanity. So care, seeing yourself in others. So this is how we've ultimately evolved. Evolved through communities, through compassionate acts, through psychedelics, prayer, maths. So mathematics played a big part. As we didn't invent maths, we discovered it. So once we discovered maths, we come to know ourselves. So mathematics also holds the answers of the universe. Now, scientists through their experiments can show that light and matter can be either wave or particle. So depending on whether they're being observed. So for the observer, meaning it's not separate from what's being observed. So quantum physics view that nothing that is being observed is unaffected by the observer. So this statement from science holds powerful insight, meaning that we all see our own truth because everyone is creating what they see. So by this logic, consciousness creates the universe, not the other way around. So again, with the Gnostic and Hermetic and esoteric knowledge that we have always existed, that we are God, we are one with God, kingdom of heaven is around us and within us. So we have always existed. We brought forth this universe to seek meaningful experiences, to come to know ourselves, to realize that we are God. So it's interesting when we start looking at the new scientific views of today's world, as it starts going back to the knowledge of old, as everything happens for a reason. We go through cycles and errors, and we come to ages of knowledge. So now if we go deeper into this means that reality is of the mind. So meaning that this life on this planet didn't happen randomly, rather consciousness seek this experience here on this planet purposely. So in order to come to know itself, to experience itself through itself, in order to evolved to shift higher levels of consciousness. So this planet's job is to support and bring forth a higher level of consciousness. If not, it'll restart or cease to be and it'll restart somewhere else. So this meaning that life is on other planets as well, as its job as a planet is to produce and support this higher level of consciousness. So you go into other planets, meaning that this alignment is also necessary to support this consciousness. So the alignment of the planets, the positioning of the sun and the moon. So all this sort of stuff is purposely done in order for us to have a physical experience, to be able to support itself. So life supports life. Life is universal. So again, this goes into the old esoteric knowledge of us always existing, that we are God, one with God, coming to know ourselves, through ourselves, that life is about love, knowledge, experience, development, progression. Now, with this knowledge, this makes more sense. Otherwise, it seems more impossible that conditions of life are perfect to host life on a particular planet. So this goes again with everything being mental, everything being the mind, the supreme mind of God, the monad, an individual mind. So all of us as single minds making up the cosmic mind of God. This is throughout the universe. So this is everything in existence as is information, energy. So everything happens for a reason. Everything's formed for a reason. A specific design in order to support itself. So the ultimate form of recycling, so energy being transferred and shifted into consciousness from consciousness and in order for its ultimate experience. Now this would also explain why Earth's conditions are so perfect to be able to support life, and why other planets out there that would support life, which they definitely would have the right correct environment to be able to do so, as consciousness would use a law that would actually work. So we use the law of one. Now, I explain these sort of subjects in my book, Gnosis Through the Ages. So if you're interested in Gnostic subjects or the esoteric world, grab yourself a copy. 10% of profits go to the Adelaide Homeless Shelter, and you're also supporting me. I will order more books when these copies sell, and the donations to the charity will also increase. So I'll give them 15-20%. So thank you so much for watching this video, for subscribing to my channel, for liking this video and other videos. Connect to one, mind and soul. Namaste.